Good morning, Namaskar. This is Engineer Suraj Singh from Faridabad, Bharat, India, regarding health, safety, and environment. SHE, safety, health, and environment, a very significant subject for everyone. Significant in a sense that it is a very basic requirement that you should take safety in every activity. And this is a series that I am continuing. I think a few chapters are left to my knowledge, and all are available on this program. You can go through script, files are available, and on text files are given. This was my serious concern because what I have noticed, safety is ignored everywhere, not only in construction but also in other fields, at home, at office, while driving, while taking whatever actions. People just ignore safety. Though they are ready to meet accidents. They accept accidents. I don't understand what's the reason behind that, but this is silly understanding. Means they can take safety measures, but they just ignore. For what is out of my mind, I cannot answer that question. Only people can answer, or you can answer. Safety is very easy if it is controlled, but people just care or don't care, in fact, while driving, while walking, while sitting. Means rash driving, don't care for others, just using mobile, even on cycle driving or scooter driving or motorcycle driving and car driving. Means the least bother, they don't care. Don't use on seat belts while driving, and they think it's subject to police. Means if you are using seat belt, it's because of worry that you have got from place. You should not face challenge, but they don't measure, they don't compare cost of safety and cost of life. That's the problem. This is called ignorance, foolishness. I can say you are risking your life at cost of just having, you can say, awareness or be cautious. They are not cautious at all. It's called, what should I say, animal behavior, I can say. It is only under compulsion that you comply by safety, abide by safety, or else you think it's just added advantage or loss. Anyway, I don't want to explain that. My worry is that I just want to aware people, spread this knowledge that, well, knowledge is available, everybody knows, but people don't concentrate on that. I just want to bring attention of those who ignore this. It's very significant for everybody to just particularly those professionals who are working or being paid for this. Means it's a part of inclusion, the job activity, and they least bother about that. Means they take care only when it's for small or for it's considerable. They don't have the written program or anything as such. Means something should be written, and some people should be specialized in that activity to work on that, execute and supervise that, so that you can avoid lives, you can have accident, avoid costs and that. But no, it's don't care. Means when water passes on your nose and eyes, then you think, oh yes, I'm drowned and I have to take care about that. That's what it is. Safety is not a subjective fact, it's just a supporting topic. It has no limit, it's limitless one. Means it applies everywhere. It doesn't matter as a professional, no profession, even at shop you need that. Even at home you need advertising stair, for example, you're just walking, you're just ascending a staircase or a ladder. You have to be careful about that. Means you can slip, for example. You just don't have a handrail or guard and you just move up. If guard is there and you don't take use of guard, you are rising an escalator or using escalator on metro or somewhere else and you take care of that. Or you just fall back or just talking on mobile while rising and you forget something and it kicks you, or like your step kicks or toe kicks or kickboard and you fall. It's like that. Means you have to take care of that. It's unfortunately, these are very small points which can be by experience yourself. You're walking on road and I think when mission of finished paving, it doesn't care for that some pollution is there. No? And pavement, when you walk on road, you walk, there are stone chips left here embedded in that. And then maybe hardly 5 millimeter and your foot kicks there and you fall, you have a jerk on that. You're driving a very high speed when you see red light exists and you don't care and you just drive on there, you apply brake immediately. These are all points that require safety measures to be understood. Why to waste your energy? I'm talking of energy because energy, it's called ergonomics, a subject Some people call it work knowledge. It is a work application. I call it different arguments, unit of energy, and how you should use energy. Should you waste your energy, conserve your energy, and store your energy for a time now as well as in future? Because energy is indirect money. If you don't have energy, you can't even stand up and walk. So you have to manage your energy according to requirements. So meet demands are met. That's ergonomics is a big subject. It applies everywhere. You have to maintain your physical standards and you have to maintain your mental standards. You have to maintain this working standards so you don't get stressed, you don't get tired and fatigue, and you should be all time smart enough to work. You should have energy in an adequate quantity of water, liquid, so that your body is well maintained and your eyes don't get reddish. All these are required to have a standard of safety in your body as well outside. Means internally you require it, externally you require it for your maintenance work done every day, and for your personal and for your social and for your other lives. You have to care of that. I'm not going to go and talk on that, but it's general and very, very common for you know it. Only I'm just bringing to attention, just keep it in mind all the time. It doesn't matter, don't know very well. Just for example, running, and by running it getting a and just boarding a metro or train, it doesn't mean just boarding for nothing, you're just moving. You're driving is good at a speed of 50, 60 kilometers, while you cannot do that. Well, I'll come back to the subject about safety of construction, particularly because 70% of money goes to construction. Our budget goes to construction. All construction, I'm not talking just the building construction, I'm talking of all fields constructions and construction, even non-civil engineering disciplines. We say building, roads, bridges, dams, this and that's all civil engineering construction, also mechanical factory construction and factory productions. Also, you can say industries and all those areas where workers and equipments are directly or indirectly involved in. It's a lot of money, a lot of efforts go here. But those people work in industries, organized sectors, and factories, they are better in their understanding than others who are not in organized sector. There's a little difference in that, because not in the organized sector, at least some training is given to workers. At least means organized system and training exists there. They're usually taught about their work methods as well. So there's a standard, there's a repeated means the method statement is written once and it goes on repeating. But while there's exceptional in construction industry, though we don't call it industry in our country, actually it's the industry because people are involved in production is there, material is there, resources, machines are there, and manages everything is there. A lot of cost goes to that. So we have to take care of that. Life is at risk in construction. So because people are working at ground level as well as up to any level of height. They are risk, they are prone to risk. And they have to take, and they're not very highly academically educated, but practically educated. They do not understand too much in documents, but they understand what life is, what work is. They can give perfect work, properly direct, but they should be safe work. That's what's required. And 70% of this money, it's all over the world. And that's why I'm talking about safety and ergonomics. Safety, ergonomics, health, that's a very complicated issue, but too easy issue. It can save time as well as cost. If a worker dies by accident, you can say all people gather there, what happened, this accident, and worker stops. And person is taken to hospital, police case is registered, all that, how much energy we have to waste there, how much money we have to spend there. That's all a psychological factor is also created, which can produce also every person, worker involved, there is worry. It can happen to that person, that also can happen to me. So there is a difference in his mind approach that time. Oh, he may be scared all the time. When you work in car, no safety was maintained. If you maintain safety, confidence is given to you. Work, yeah, safe, don't worry, please work with concentration, all that. That is important by the talk about. It happened on our side. Happened generally happens to me when I was on sites and I used to supervise workers, and I had to face this problem every day. People forget, problem is those people are hard workers. These people, they work sites, they're not very well educated, but they work hard, 8 hours, 10 hours a day, and they feel tired. They forget sometimes, and they don't use, even PPEs they don't use. Sometimes they forget, okay, shoes there, you cannot take it out. But for example, hard hat is there, it is hard, say 40 degrees or 45 degrees, and humidity 70%, 50%. It's difficult for a person to use hard hat because it accumulates heat on head in between annular space of skull and surface of your hard hat, and your is tight up, so it doesn't remains on the head, which creates a heat environment, and you can start pain or headache. And that's the reason a person takes a weird stuff. But if that headache is tolerable, but if something falls, some stone or rock falls on the head, it's not acceptable because it risks your life. You can slip, you can fall, your head can break. Means for example, you're tired, you fall into a pit just by walking besides the edge of pit or trench. That's required. And I generally, okay, technical work is one part, supervision is another part, but care of people is also very important, because that person, if loses life, you lose a lot. If there's a delay of 10 minutes or half an hour just to save life of someone, I don't think that is considerable expensive. That's the reason life is very important. It should be considered that way. But people who think no problem, one person dies, doesn't make a difference, that person can be termed as evil mind. Money is one thing, saving is another thing, profit is something, but life in top of all, that's human consideration and also a part of human life. That is right of human to live, right to life, right to work safely. It is a part of a national and international consideration agreement, and you do not abide by that, means you are not doing service to profession, you are not doing service to humanity, and you are going oppose everything. That's why I'm now coming to statement. I use some of this statement is that in saying this file, I'm going to file now. I used to say about this construction, this brief statement on that is building practice and construction projects of civil plants of history. I'm saying civil means buildings or all structures related to civil work, for example, roads, bridges, flyovers, railway tracks, and dams, and resorts, and canals, and all that. But I'm talking about plants facilities, something else like refinery. Plants means big facilities, not simply plants. Plants means, for example, are going to construction refinery, which are going to snag. This is the slug from offshore and going to onshore while doing work, and it's establishing a plants for refinery like facilities of ETA, ethyl plant, something like that. And then you can see all kinds of plants which cost billions and billions of dollars, where thousands of people are employed and hundreds of machines and equipments are employed. So equipments are there, metals are there, time is there, area is there, movement is there, everything is there. Like as a plant facilities. Now safety is that construction projects have been required since time immemorial. So nobody knows since which year, for which you have been doing all this. More than 50% budget or 70% budget is covered on development works, which involves construction projects. Pertinent of types, engineers from all disciplines work on such projects. Millions of workers contributors such development activities around the globe. Engineering has been very significant role to successfully deliver all such projects. In fact, generally, not every literate worker are involved in this world of construction. Many accidents have been experienced on such projects due to reason of carelessness or neglect of work and supervision. Neglect. Everybody is interested to do a fast delivery of proposed product at risk of personal attention and not caring for life value, created anxiety, inculcates a feeling to make delivery at appointed milestone date, even not availing ample rest and ample sleep properly, which is a basic requirement of human being to keep fit. I have personally observed that folks are not given adequate attention from safety viewpoint, though safety is too significant on such works, but is not given value to be strictly complied with. Many incidents have been reported regarding collapse of crane booms, scaffolding, and building slabs during ongoing construction around world. Scaffolding was a failure even on certain very prestigious international airport during construction for some transport system failure on supporting works have been reported. Indeed, on plants, facilities, and major mega projects, safety, health, and environment care is intensively ensured even after high level of safety care, bad incidents have been reported. I understand my duty to share my own experience about safety requirements with fellow professionals in engineering and others disciplines, and so that experience and dissemination be affected. Included with this talk are many topics about project construction safety, respecting practical aspects on activities conducted. Only few statements have been included that may cover a large scope of common construction faced by common engineers, and particularly to help support problem solutions that are faced by budding engineers and others. Many safety management systems have been included, from policy making to tool handling and then taking off to actual works on site. All activities could not be covered yet within this, and an idea has been conveyed about questions in my mind only. More statement and methods about how to handle safety issues can be developed. First, 35 chapters involving methods, line management, site middle, and executive management. Certain sketches have been composed for information purpose, tab writes about requirements. These chapters have been based on actual works affected in field as a part of office engineering, field engineering, management engineering without including imaginations. Many years of information have been used to produce this work. A modular chart also included within. References are given. Certain activities have also been mentioned. Hope this shall interest you for your upgradation of knowledge, and it's duty of every professional who is in the field of whatever kind, maybe engineering field or other field, to just record their experiences for future generation, or else your mind shall not be useful after you leave this world. So it is duty of everyone to just contribute to this at least safety issue to each and everybody, because knowledge cannot be sold. And if you think these publishers shall publish a book which is out of question, because I have tried with many publishers, they such kinds of books, such subjects are not saleable, because they want to sell books to students, and the students buy only those books to relate to their text of syllabus, and only professionals books, professors who write over professors, their academics or authors, those books are preferred, and no books written by the professional is accepted in the market, because students have got nothing to do with that until that subject comes as a part of their program in that university. And therefore, it's a kind of that means proposal of this work is also to assess those aspiring professional engineers who are unable currently to refer to certain practical works. It's my spiritual interest to produce certain works that may help engineers for CPD pro support, and CPD stands for Continuous Professional Development. I have stock for the works respecting construction statements, plant facilities, etc., which will take up later on. Whatever they depends on sequence of top, and particularly construction method statement should actually work for people to an extent prosecution on site is concerned, and that helps the and one of the subjects on this chapter and tools are named as follows: the safety policy 01, management system 02, site security 03, hand tools 04, First Aid Regulation 05, Permit to Work 06, Housekeeping 07, Safety Training 08, Emergency and Evacuation Plan 09, Fire Protection 10, PPE stands for PPE is 11, the personal protective equipment, excavation safety is 12, control storage and use of hazardous materials is 13, incident reporting is 14, lifting, rigging and hoisting is 15, radiography operation is 16, night working is 17, scaffolding and ladders 18, temporary electrical supplies 19, welding and cutting is 20, working at height and fall prevention is 21, abrasives 22, construction environment control 23, hazards control 24, confined space safety 25, road safety and vehicle operation 26, reward system 27, compressed gas cylinders 28, heat distance 29, safe practices 30. Up to 30 I have given already talks on that, and only small was missing in safe practice, which will complete maybe hardly one page. And disciplinary enforcement will talk of 31, safe will talk of 32, inspection audits 33 will talk of also, then plant facility project also will talk of 34, and then sketches, etc. And these are very important part. I just explained to you about this because this is a brief of these talks and these talks, these chapters, and I shall like that you people who watch this, it's your intern duty that people should know about this, what we are doing, what we're talking about, in interest of each citizen, each worker, each project, each public, means each part of public all over the world. And it is in your own interest to know this, as well as if you are so pleased, you can transfer this disseminate this knowledge to your colleagues or friends if you are so interested to help yourself, because knowledge dissemination is more important than knowledge application, because as much as discipline, as much as dissemination you make out, you get people aware, and then you get benefit of that, and you also enhance and multiply your power of knowledge. And knowledge is power. The service knows without knowledge nothing is possible, but knowledge is knowledge only when it is supported by practical experience. Because simply just understanding or reading books doesn't make anything until you apply that. And this safety is actually not a basic knowledge, it's a part of knowledge extracted from field experiences and how to keep activities safe for kind of activities in professional life as in social life. This must be taken care of. Requirement is that first of all work should be safe, and before that you should be safe, workers should be safe, and then work should be safe. And once work is safe, there should be quality earned on that, and there should be the quantity earned on that, and that should be durable work, reliable work. And reliability means to say that reliability is a part, a definition which includes many parameters. For example, you can directly say that reliability includes safety, reliability includes, you can say, serviceability, and reliability includes, you can say, durability, as included environment as well. But legal environment side, we can say safe work plus serviceable work plus durable work, which three are very important. Safe means safe from every angle, and reliable, serviceable means it should serve for what purpose it was created, it was designed, it was intended for. And durable means it should serve a length, a longevity. For example, something has been devised for 25 years or 50 years or 100 years, that must stay there for that work, duly serving without any failure, without any defective act. And even if there is a defective act or defective result, that material must be strong enough, serviceable enough to retrofit that or reinstate that into original status. That's called reliability. So reliability can be equated to safe work plus serviceable work plus durable work. That's not only for work, it's applicable to every action in life, every material in life. And life is itself reliable. People say this person is reliable, this agent is reliable, this consultant is reliable, this government is reliable. They say like that, but they do not understand meaning. Actually, what does reliability mean? They understand only dictionary meaning, which is incomplete. If you want to see someone reliable, you have to measure, you have to evaluate that person, or that whatever unit is this way that it should serve all these functions. If it doesn't, this person is not reliable at all, because that person gives knowledge only. If knowledge is not applied, it doesn't mean anything. You may have 20 physical, you have to 20 PhDs. If you don't use that knowledge, this got nothing to do, just a scrap, just a certification only. So particular destination should be work oriented, and that's why I start this. Means I'm not going to talk a lot on that, but just an informative talk taking. So I'll go to now. I'll first of all, if you take this, because this is topic I understand is very significant for everybody. You may be student, you may be citizen, you may be professional, you may be working somewhere else in other countries. All over the world is required, and not only it's required in environment itself. Now environment itself is in danger, air is in danger, and sun gives you rays which are very dangerous for your health. You have to take also those into consideration, because we all are responsible to pollute environment. This is our problem. We created this problem ourselves. God provided us everything in purified form. We didn't care about that in time, and we polluted that. We use fossil fuels, which was created in millions of years of chemical action within Earth itself, and we used it up. We bailed it up for our use. We got so much greed in ourselves. We to explode, extracted everything from there and using fuel and motor cars and others and burnt this. Instead of that, this has become such a danger to humanity. The existence of all fuel, all carbon dioxide so accumulated in weather, ethane, methane, propane, butane, all gases exist there. Oxygen has been diminished, oxygen has been too limited, and even layer which protected radiations from ultraviolet radiations coming from sun to earth, which can cause cancer to our physical cancer as well as brain cancer. So many defects can cause, so many diseases this can cause. We are not able to protect ourselves from that. We need additional treatment also. If your ultraviolet goes to 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, maximum definition is 10 is maximum, 3 is normal, and if it goes over that, which I experience here sometimes like 15 in summer, we have no capacity to tolerate that. We can't even keep our eyes safe. Cataract will come in the eye. But question is, who created this? We are all responsible for that. Nobody can say we are not responsible. We can't blame God. God provided us pure air. We won't abuse that. 35 crore vehicles are running every day in our country, part of India, and more than 2 billion vehicles are running all over the world. So how much fuel, how much diesel, petrol, and CNG and all that we are using every day, we are burning every day, that nobody thinks. They are talking of climate change, they're conducting industrial seminars, they are thinking to reduce carbon dioxide level. Some people are thinking to extract carbon dioxide from weather, water it for condense it down into rocks below, but they are only talks, may take 50, 100 years, who knows. So question is, where is safety? Safety doesn't exist in air, safety doesn't exist in our nose, safety doesn't exist in our internal body, it doesn't exist in the external body. Where it is after all? This means we are living in a polluted environment, we are living in a septic environment. You can say we are living in a septic tank. Septic tank, do you know what is that? Septic tank, when there is no sewer line in any city, you have to discharge, you have to collect your night soil discharge into a kind of tank that's called septic tank. And what is there in septic? Do you know? In septic tank there are bacteria created. There are two types of bacteria, so anaerobic bacteria and aerobic bacteria. Aerobic bacteria is that one which survives on oxygen entry, and other one is anaerobic bacteria which doesn't require any oxygen survives, and that bacteria is multiplied in that tank to dispose of your chemicals, organic chemicals from your lights and sludge is there. And after that, what happens? There are hydrogen sulfide available. Many other gases are the most polluted gas. Hydrogen sulfide is well coming in, and that's what type we are living in. If you go just walk behind a drain, they call it drain, that rainwater drain or septic drain, you'll find the kind of smell which is called hydrogen sulfide. So that's what we are living in. And our environment is full of hydrogen sulfide, and we cannot clean it out. It's not possible, and we are not alone responsible. So Europe itself is very much responsible for that. America is also responsible for that. We are also responsible. Everybody is responsible. But who shall take care? We will talk only. We are conducting international conferences, resulting in nothing, and that's what's happening. It's not a question of criticism. I'm not criticizing that, but it's a fact. Remains. When I was very too young, it was very clean. Delhi water was equivalent to in London water. It was drinkable. There was no need of any distillation. There was no need of filtration. or RO arrangement. There was no RO at that time, and we used to take directly water from take, which is called best drinking water. Same thing was pure air was there, but that has gone. That's a dream now. You can say it's a dream for new generation, but new generation is forgetting that they are also spoiling that. Everybody is driving a car just for a little distance. They cannot walk. Students cannot go to school walking or by cycle. They use a car or buses, and every day the huge thousands of buses you can see early morning or just afternoon, and they are leaving back these, dropping back these students cannot walk even half a kilometer, 1 kilometer. What sort of student is that? What sort of kid is that? How doesn't walk? You are ready to go to gymnasium, but you are not ready to walk even if a kilometers a day, so that you get vitamin D from sun. You can do fresh air or even safety means your body builds up naturally. You want to go to gymnasium, but you don't want to build your body naturally. Nature is rich in every composition, and physical just confining to gymnasium doesn't give you any air, it doesn't give you anything. You're just exercising in air conditioned environment, which is not suitable for human. Well, I'm not just trying to explain. I'm going to back to my chapters, and that's why it's now it's chapter 31. It's a disciplinary system. Before that, I think 31 was also there, which I missed something last one. uh, 30, let me back 30. Sorry, it's not my place. Yes, it's gone. Yes, chapter 30. Yesterday I was discussing chapter 30 in this, and safe practices, and I had talked yesterday about safe practices. I covered this yesterday a lot of in this. I cannot go back. That one was last few pages were left in this. I tried to cover that. It was cranes and rigging. It was then permissible noise exposures, and environmental issues, leisure, etc. I have covered drinking water I've taken, and I'll start from here. I think this is number 10 or 14. So thinking how the toilets was there. After that, yes, saw band, okay, flex member, forklift. I'll take this now. So I'll start with this one because I had completed lot except few pages were left yesterday. That's trying to complete this chapter. So I jump onto other one, which is this instructions and 5 sections. Orientation training. It was orientation training instructions I'm taking. This orientation training is referred to project procedure safety training, then emergency and then evacuation refer to project. Why I'm saying refer to? Because I have already put many videos and chapters in these links, and you can, if you are new on the fresh, you can use them. Means on every video I have put text of that video in brief on, well, you can go through that and find that one, because I'm just explaining something on video, but information is already posted there. So it is orientation training refer to project orient procedures and emergency and evacuation, and refer to project procedures, all emergency and evacuation plan, incident reporting requirements, occurrences which result in property damage, injury or near miss. Near miss, incident reporting requirement is occurrences which result in property damage, injury or near miss events that have potential for injury or property damage shall be promptly reported to supervision and manager of SHG provided by report immediately. Now, Property damage means it's a big issue actually. Why should property be damaged? We means if you take care of safety very well, there's no question of damage. Question is a near miss also. Near miss is very, very important term. Near miss means you can avoid that loss. Just means you immediately at moment when loss could occur, you just have a knowledge of that and avoid that. Just if you just say, for example, put a step up on a riser means of step riser, anything you're not able to, you just take back, withdraw from there. And so you immediately understand there's some danger exists there, and you withdraw from that. And if you have failed to withdraw from that, that results in accident. That is called near miss. Even if you need 99% or 99.5% of that danger and you see that, you immediately withdraw within the 0.5 percentages, that avoided means the danger is avoided, and that you can say is near miss. It's just an example. It can happen everywhere. You are driving at speed, immediately see that light and you are successful in applying brake, and that's called near miss. And some is crossing road or distance one, some pedestrian crosses, you immediately see a person has come there, apply brakes, then near misses, though there is a rash, but it is near misses. Well, that's what I'm saying is vehicle operation training. Licensed and authorized, everybody knows this. Licensed and authorized drivers shall operate motor vehicles. All post, all posted informed, all posted informed warns, speed limits, and other traffic signs shall be strictly observed. Where weather or other conditions dictate, additional precautions must be taken care of. Seat belts shall be strictly observed where weather or other conditions dictate. Additional precautions must be observed. Belts shall be worn all times with no excuse. Employees are prohibited from riding on tenders, running boards, side boards, and tailgates, and in back of pickup trucks. All vehicles in use shall be checked at beginning of each shift to ensure that all parts, equipment, and accessories that affect safe operation are in proper operating condition, and free from defects. Employees shall be instructed not to operate any unsafe vehicle. Operators Operators or drivers shall report unsafe vehicle to their supervisors, controllers. All defects shall be corrected before vehicle is put back in service. Unattended vehicle must not be left with their engines running. Drivers must not move vehicles until passengers have well seated and complied with all safety practices. Drivers shall not use any motor vehicle or earth-moving equipment or compacting equipment when they have an obstructed view to rear, unless means if they are not able to see the backside, they should not work on that. They should not start operating in that direction. Vehicle has a reverse signal alarm distinguishable from surrounding noise level, or vehicle is backed up only observer when an observer banksman signals that it is safe to do so. Whenever heavy machinery, equipment, vehicles, or parts thereof are either suspended or held aloft, employees shall not be permitted to work under or between them unless vehicle is on jacks, stands, or timber blocks. Conduct. Refer to procedures, disciplinary enforcement to conduct what I would say. Visitors. Visitors shall be issued a pair of safety glasses, hard hats, and other appropriate personal protective equipment prior to entering safety controlled construction work area. Person escorting or allowing visitor onto project facility are responsible to see the visitors wearing required PPE, personal protective equipment. Refer to personal protective equipment chapter. Dress requirement of personnel are required to wear clothing appropriate for work being performed. Persons on site shall not wear shorts. Persons working near moving machinery must wear suitable clothing that prevents contact with moving components. Clothing soaked with grease, paint, thinners, solvents, or similar materials shall not be used or worn. Safety boots shall be worn all times on work site. Fall protection refer to working at height, barriers, supervisors are responsible to erect and maintain barriers required for employee protection, boundaries around equipment or materials to protect from potential damage and for traffic control. Barrier tape shall be used for its intended purpose according to approved methods. Upon completion of work being performed, installing supervisor must unremove tape. Unauthorized persons trying to enter barrier provided areas are subject to disciplinary action up to including dismissal. Signs and tags. Contractor and subcontractor, managers, supervisors are responsible for ensuring the sign related to warnings, precautions, notices, and other information pertinent personnel. Road accidents, road accessways and closures are provided in pictorial or multilingual format. Subcontractors are responsible for displaying signs relative to their scope of work, namely signs required at a compressed gas cylinder, storage area, fuel loading area, etc. Scaffolding and platforms refer to scaffolding chapter, radios and electronic equipment, radios, CD players, cassette tape players, and other personal equipment are prohibited from work site. Work in operating plant and battery powered equipment is prohibited unless approved for use in hazardous areas and written permission has been obtained from operating authority. Floor, roofs, walls, and platform openings. Proper precaution must be taken to ensure that floors, roofs, walls, platform openings are guarded or covered and marked to warn all personal or potential hazards. This includes installing temporary hand rails, mint rails to boards, screening, planking, and walkways, as well as providing safe access ways from established guarded or protected areas to unprotected or unguarded areas. Then radiography, you can refer to that chapter. The environment control, you can refer to that chapter. The control space center refer to the lockout tagout procedure. A lockout tagout procedure prepared, put in place prior to commissioning activities to prevent inadvertent operation of equipment such as motors, vehicles, pumps, and rotating equipment, or release of energy such as electrical, pneumatic, thermal, chemical, or stored potential energy. And then housekeeping, refer to chapter housekeeping, then hand, hair, and electrical tools, which was there. You can refer to that one. And there are so many in that. And of course, there was another one, the cartridge operated tool. You can refer to that one here as well. And the welding and burning and other ladders, the hells, such as cranes, metal handling, fire production handling, all that was discussed here as well. And then you can say, of course, temporary heating and ventilation devices, which are all called air conditioning devices, others than the environmental controls. And this is leisure. Leisure was very significantly defined here. Leisures, and then you can say drinking water was talked of in toilets and concrete masonry work, and then it is all there. And you can say saws, and this all covered lifetime in this one. And exits are also very important for firing. Like I can say, exits is every building designed for human occupancy should be provided exits sufficient to permit a prompt escape of occupants in case of emergency in hazardous areas or where employees may be endangered by blocking of some angle, some single means of egress due to fire or smoke. There shall be at least two means of egress removed from each other. Exist way of approach and travel from exits shall be maintained so that they are unobstructed and accessible to all times at all times, and all exits shall discharge directly to the open space that gives safe access to a public way. Exit doors are serving more than 50 people or at high hazard areas shall swing in direction of exit travel, readily visible, suitable suitably illuminated exit signs shall mark exits. Exit signs shall be distinctive in color and provide contrast with surroundings. Word exits shall be of plainly legible letters not less than 150 high, 6 inches high. Flagsmen or other appropriate traffic controls shall be provided if signs, signals, and barriers do not provide necessary protection on or adjacent to road. State and flagsmen shall be provided with and wear a red or orange high visibility of fluorescent warning garment while flagging. Training personnel only shall perform this task. And then forklift trucks are powered industrial trucks. Trucks shall be taken out of service until it has been restored safe operating condition. If at any time a power industrial truck is found to be in requirement need of repair, defective in any way, unsafe. High lift rider truck shall be equipped with substantial overhead guards unless operating conditions do not permit use of these guards. Forklift trucks shall be equipped with vertical load backrest extension when type of loads present a hazard to operators. The brakes of trucks shall be set in the wheel chocks placed under rear wheel to prevent movement of trucks and trailers while loading or unloading. Trained and authorized operators only shall be permitted to operate a powered industrial truck. Methods shall be demonstrated to train operators for safe operation of powered industrial truck and liquefied petroleum gas. Each system shall have containers, valves, connectors, manifold valves, assembly and regulators of an approved type. Every container vaporizer shall be provided with one or more approved safety relief valves or devices. Containers shall be placed upright on firm foundations or otherwise firmly secured. All cylinders shall be equipped with an access flow valve to minimize flow of gas in event when fuel line becomes ruptured. Storage of liquefied petroleum gas within buildings is prohibited. A storage location shall have at least one approved portable fire extinguisher rated not less than 9 kg class B. Compressed gas cylinders. Compressed gas cylinders shall be used and stored in an upright position. Compressed gas cylinders shall be secured in place during use and storage. Compressed cylinders shall be returned to main storage area once empty. When empty, with protective end cap fitted, oxygen cylinders shall be stored separately from fuel gas cylinders with a distance of at least 6 meters or a firewall containment access with two stores. If key wrench is required, wrench shall be placed on valve of acetylene bottles at all times during use. Cylinders shall be transported in upright position. Cylinders shall not be hauled in equipment bed or truck beds on their side. Cylinders lifted from one elevation to another be lifted only in racks or containers designed for that purpose. Slings shall not be used to hoist the cylinders. Valves of compressed gas cylinders shall be completely closed when not in use. Compressed gas cylinders shall not be transported with gauges attached. Gauges shall be removed from cylinders and protective caps installed during transportation and or when not in use. Cylinders shall not be kept in unventilated enclosures. Rollover protective structures. Rollover protective such as RPS or rollover protective structures apply to following types of materials handling equipment. All rubber tires. All rubber tires, self-propelled scrappers, rubber tires front end loaders, rubber tire dozers, wheel-type agricultural and industrial tractors, crawler tractors, crawler-type loaders, and motor graders without attachments are used in construction work. This requirement does not apply to side boom pipe laying tractors and underground construction refer to that one. So here is safe practices that I left yesterday. Now I'll go to other one, next one, and that is next one I'm reaching now. This is Chapter 31, and this is regarding disciplinary system, and it is scope, purpose, definitions, responsibility, instructions. This procedure applies to all personnel working on EPC contracting projects, including employed subcontractors. Purpose of this one is to give guidance on actions that should be taken in event of safety or security violations. Disciplinary measures stated are only for guidance, not for, you can say, a control. You can devise way which you can customize that to your requirements. Every instance should be assessed on its own merit and action taken commensurate with that situation. Work rules list is not intended to be an all-inclusive but representative only basic site work rule. It represents only basic site work rules. Other reasons for disciplinary actions shall be required or considered for application by under management's discretion. Definitions are: safety means safety, health and environment, discipline to support project activities. Company means any organization that carries out prosecution of project. Contractor means whatever organization that has won that project from owner or client. And subcontractor means an organization that has won part of a project work from contracting organization. Client means an organization entitling company in contractual terms that has entrusted project to organization of contractor. Personnel means all personnel involved on that project, whatever it is, and all site activities. Responsibility means job and contract responsibility. Training means training imparted for specific safety topic on job and project site. Management means organization top, middle, and lower management or line management. Safety manager means a person whose job is to look after safety completely. Or you can say safety manager means a person with job title safety manager deployed by certain organization. Project manager means a person as such with PM title deployed by contractor or else. Engineer means a person appointed by owner or client company for an overall project responsibility and contract responsibility. Safety is can say abbreviated as health, safety, environment, and security. HSE and S, it is written completely, but just there are HSE and F for purpose of indication. The HSE and S means health, safety, environment, and security. Employer means project owner or client. These are just the definition for information purpose. You all may be knowing, but only refreshing accumulation. Responsibilities now. Certain contract position, this is relevant to certain contract positions which are defined in major contracts, and that is project manager who is responsible for overall obligation to provide schedule all the resources, directions, engineering resolutions. Site manager responsible for overall site prosecution management over works and subcontractors. Well, I'm just repeating it for this responsibility in every talk, but in next chapter I will not repeat this. It is typical. Sorry. Site safety officer responsible for overall safety management on site and report to project manager, site manager / corporate safety manager. Construction manager responsible to arrange all safety related resources and provide site team all requirements. Project site engineer responsible to carry out safety issues within section. Site safety inspector or the engineer responsible to supervise safety measures on site and control safety issues should bring site line management to adopt correct measures. Site foreman responsible for compliance of safety measures as standards or as directed. An individual working on site responsible to maintain safety measures In case missing, should bring to site team attention. Now come to responsibility. EPC contractor site. EPC contractor site manager is responsible to monitor application of this procedure. Contractor site manager are responsible for following requirements. C. Ensure that all levels of contractors or site organizations are well aware of disciplinary procedures and its requirements effects. Because we are talking of disciplinary enforcement in this chapter, that all disciplinary actions are justified, fair, equitably administered. Applying this procedure for straightening infractions by senior personnel on site. EPC contractor and subcontracts line supervision shall have following roles and responsibilities: monitor worksite activities under control and remedially treat all serious infractions in line with guidelines established by this procedure. Advise personnel under control of rules and regulations pertaining to this procedure. Instructions in this following matrices provide certain explanatory templates for devising disciplinary actions to be complied on site. I'm repeating the sentence. These metrics which I'm going to tell you provide self-explanatory template for devising disciplinary actions to be complied on site. Reference should also be made to other ministerial decrees and existing EPC contract regulations to ensure that labor laws and client policies are not being violated. You have to refer to those documents of ministerial decrees or law decrees or something else. And such disciplinary actions are indicative subject to modifications by relevant management. And this file is titled Disciplinary Enforcement, which is chapter 30 of this talk. And you can refer to download that one on text. This video I put in this file rough URL. This is, you can see that. I'm just going to brief you about that. And there are various categories for this. Device in category 1, for example, is work rule infraction is first column, second was first infraction, then second infraction and third infraction. This is a tabulated information I have put in as a category 1. It's a complete table. There are 4 columns in this table. Work rules, and this I'm talking about row. Work rule infraction, second is first infraction, third one is second infraction, and fourth one is third infraction. And you can say in this work rule infraction, lesson 1, unauthorized possession or theft of employer, subcontractor, or any employee property. This is a question. You can say this is a topic, is unauthorized possession. Unauthorized possession or theft of employer, subcontractor, or any employee's property. Means if there's a theft of property, what infraction it means? What should we do in that case? That's infraction here. Topic is unauthorized possession or theft of employer, subcontractor, or any employee's property. Property belongs to employer, it belongs to subcontractor, or whatever employee. What should be done? First infraction says, employee shall be terminated and not be eligible for rehire for currency or project, and may be subject to legal prosecution. It says we have to terminate that employee who has done this, who was hired, cannot be hired again for project remaining when it's the currency of project, means project is running in that current duration until project is completed, that person becomes ineligible to be rehired or hired again, and may be subject to legal prosecution. Means if it is required in this case, if it is an offensive crime, you may say it's a cognizable offense that can be you can say acted upon. This person means prosecution can be decided if so required, and there is no second infraction and there is no third infraction, because this first infraction itself is a final action, final determination against that thief. Now let's go further one. Willful damage, sabotage, vandalism, or defacing employer or subcontractor property. We are talking of property. Willful damage means just to intentionally damage property, which is also called sabotage. And vandalism, when gundagardi or defacing employer or subcontractor property, means you are causing damage to property, and that is direct award is termination. no excuse, and therefore there is no further action. Termination is final action, no second, no third infractions. Just all infractions, no infractions. Now come on to another. This is what rule infractions is: refusing to submit to employer or client and site security procedures. Refusing to submit to employer or client and site security procedure. If you do not accept security checks, security practice, security importance, then action is first one, a full investigation followed by appropriate action. Investigation is to be conducted. What is the reason behind that? Full investigation followed by appropriate action up to and including dismissal. That action can be dismissal also. Second infraction is if written warning given to person first time and first infraction immediately dismissal. If written warning given on first infraction immediately dismissal and not eligible for rehire. Means if a memo was given or warning was given in past and again this happens, so there is no further need, just dismiss and do not hire next time. Then if you go to another one, it's a possession. Possession, use of selling of narcotics, non-prescribed drugs, and alcohol on employer's property. Whoever person working on site in either capacity and possessing unit, use or selling of narcotics, non-prescribed drugs, and alcohol on employer's property, and then action is immediate dismissal and police referral because it's a question of narcotics, drugs, alcohol. So dismissal and police information, police referral. Then go to possession of firearms. Possession of firearms, lethal weapons, ammunition or explosives on employer's controlled property. Immediate dismissal, nothing. Because of firearms, lethal weapons, ammunition or explosives on employer's controlled property. So dismissal. Willful misuse of employee site, security badges or other forms of identification. Employee site, misuse employee site, intentionally misuse, and security badges and other forms of identification. Written warning depending on circumstances and degree of severity and or deduction of 5 days pay. This is first option. First action means warn depending on circumstances, what's a height of crime, or and deduction of 5 days pay if it allows per law, and second time just termination. Then willful violation of job site safety. Willful violation of job site safety rules, housekeeping, work rules, policies, and procedures. Means if someone violates this, violates why? Willful violation, intentional violation on job site safety. You violate safety rules, you violate housekeeping, you violate work rules, you violate policies and procedures. Then first is written warning and deduction of 2 days pay is nominal. Work day warning and 2 days salary loss. And also second time written warning and deduction of 5 days pay. 2 days deduction goes to 5 days deduction. And last is termination. Simply sleeping on job site during work hours. Sleeping. What a relaxation. I am sleeping. I am tired. I am sleeping. Sleeping on job site during working hours. What do you think? Written warning and deduction of 2 days pay Second time, written warning and deduction of 5 days pay. And third time, dismissal. Dismissal. Well, sleeping. You're sleeping. Gross insubordination. Gross insubordination. What it is gross insubordination? Written warning and deduction of 3 days pay, and then second time dismissal. Come on to fighting with or assaulting in an employee on job site. Fighting with or assaulting an employee on job site. What to do? Dismissal. Pieces just get lost. Then willful negligence resulting in damage to operating plant services. Yes, willful negligence resulting in damage to operating plant services. Dismiss. Simple. Damaging plants, operating plants and services you are damaging, dismiss. Come on, this was about in one category. Now let's go to another category. So categories are not necessarily, it depends upon your own how you classify that, but just only for guidance. First, you are telling what can be done, what can be done. It depends upon that. You can manage your way, no problem at all. In something should be on record that you are organized way, you are working in a professional way, you are taking action against people who are not cooperating, you don't consider themselves part of the team on site. Let's go to now refusal to accept work assignment unless for reasons of safety. Again, refusal to accept work assignment unless for reasons of safety. Just you cannot say I don't accept the assignment. Yes, if it is a reason of safety, you can explain that. Otherwise, written warning and deduction of 2 to 5 days pay means if you do not accept activity, do not accept work, you are given warning and deduction of up to 5 days pay. And second time, if you refuse, bye-bye dismissal. Well, come, next one. Failure to work as directed. The glass is not giving good result to me. Failure to work as directed. You are given direction. You did not comply with that. You didn't work accordingly. So what to do? Okay, I warn you. Written warning. And 3 days salary gone. Finish, you have to suffer. After that, this next time, I will not excuse you, my dear. I go, dismissed, finished. Thank you very much for your service. All right. Failure to work is that. Then absence for 3 consecutive working days without proper notification. Yes, it's my father's home. Anytime I can come, I can go. It's my privilege. It's my right. You say that, you think that, you are a big one. Absence for working 3 days working consecutively, that was also today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. You keep, don't come and sleep at home. Money would come to you. Don't worry, in dream you work. Absence for 3 consecutive working days without proper notification, written warning and deduction of all absent days. Oh yes, 3 days absent, and of course 1 day more. 4 days absent, written warning, and then dismissal. What to do with such men who come to work? You sleep at home, sleep and go and sleep, finish. You're not sick, you're sleeping, sleep. You're coming for work or for sleep. It's your choice. Sleep. Finish. This is action. Alright? People do like that. Such people deserve treatment. Take relax home. Relax. Go and see TV. Go and film that kicked out. Finish. Alright? After that, willful negligence resulting in a safe housekeeping. Willful negligence resulting in a safety, housekeeping, health, physics, or security violation. Yes, don't worry about anything. Don't see your room is clean. Don't see your desk is clean. Don't see toilet is clean. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about safety. Don't worry about health or security violation. What should I do? Okay, warn. Okay, written warning, and reduction of few days per pay, say 1 to 3 days. After that, if you don't accept, okay, dismiss. Go. You cannot do. My God, you're not worried about safety, you're not worried about housekeeping, you're not worried about health safety. Housekeeping, you're not worried about how you are so, you're not worried about cleaning, you're not worried about your desk, about your floor, your room. You're not aware of that. Yes, you cannot live like that. Thank you very much. One takes reduction of salaries and go back. Next time, go. Then living job site without prior authorization, leaving job site without proper authorization. Yes, it is my, I am coming, I am going, it's up to me. Yes, it's up to you, then what I should do. Warn you. And 5 days cut or 3 days cut. Finished. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Next time. Bye bye. You are not concerned. You are not working. All right. Abusive language. Abusive language. Verbal threat or intimidation of an employee. I am dirty man. I'll give you, I use filthy language. You have to do. It's my choice. My character like that, a nature like, I don't care about that, you know. Okay. You abuse language, no problem to me. Threat someone, intimidate someone. Okay, do it. Okay, I give warning. 3 to 5 days pay off. Then dismissal. Thank you. I abuse you. Go now. Insubordination. Again, insubordination. Written warning and reduction of, say, 1 to 3 days pay. Well, this is deduction of pay. Well, fine. For returning one second time also deduction of 5 days pay, and then bye. Category next one is all right. Category 3. It's poor attendance, late coming, excessively, tardiness, and early quitting. Early quitting. Poor attendance, lateness, excessive tardiness, and early quitting. Okay, return statement, return warning, deduction of 1 to 3 days pay, and second time same thing with 2 to 5 days deduction, and then say okay, why you're not interested? Fine, thank you. You are too fast. You are just very tired. You are just very lazy. You are not coming to job. You are missing job, and you are leaving job early. So bye bye. Thank you very much. We'll let you go after some time. Don't worry. Engaging a horseplay. Engaging a horseplay. Verbal warning. Second time written warning. Unpaid deduction of 3 days and then dismissal. Leaving workplace without supervisor's permission. Leaving workplace without supervisor permission. Okay, you are going your way. Written warning I give you. 1 day party pay cut. After that, 2 5 days pay cut without the warning, and then dismissal because you are not abiding by our management. We don't need you. Cooking or heating of food except where designated. Cooking or heating of food except where designated. So I give you written warning and confiscation of cooking equipment. Yes, your gas can be confiscated, your cylinder can be confiscated, your parts can be confiscated. Then again a written warning in repetition and 5 days salary deduction, and after then go home. Thank you. Then unsatisfactory work practice. Unsatisfactory work practice, misuse of safety equipment and refusal to wear personal protective equipment. You are not able to work safely. You are misusing safety equipment, and you are refusing to wear personal protective equipment PPE. Then written warning we give you one time, and then also second time with 2 5 days cut deduction, and then bye bye dismissed. So this was a little one in your, you can say, disciplinary enforcement means how to keep people under control. Now I'll go to chapter 32. This was 31 before. Now chapter 32, the standard safe work procedure, which is a long chapter, a little bit longer one, no problem. We'll cover it. It's a practical one, and it's all standard safe work procedures. You can download this chapter. It's available on thatscript.com. URL is available in this text. You can go and if you want to download later, that's up to you. No problem. Subjects included in this content are which is terms used, then introduction, and personal protective equipment, safety organization course and site access, then permits to work and for the risk assessment, the method statements, and pre-job discussion and working at heights, and the man riding baskets, the safety harness, and scaffolding and ladders, and fire protection, hot work general, and welding, the use of gas and oxygen equipment, compressed air, and then abrasive wheels and cartridge operated fixing tools, and then tools and equipment, and then mechanical plant and equipment, and then machinery guarding and then noise, and then mobile cranes, followed by lifting equipment, and then reporting of accidents, incidents, and then what confined spaces, electricity, and then excavations and openings, the control of substances hazardous to health, and then radiography, the housekeeping and removal of material, and then employer owner plant equipment and energy sources, and then transport for access, and then first aid, welfare, and then general restrictions, and then site notice and environment, and then registers authorization after that. So these are points going to be discussed in this talk. I'll repeat these points because I'll repeat from backside now. Authorization, registers, environment, site notices, general restrictions, welfare, first aid, access, transport, housekeeping, removal of materials, employers, owner, plant, equipment, energy sources, radiography, control of substances, hazardous health, excavations and opening, electricity, work in confined spaces, reporting of accident, incidents, lifting equipment, mobile cranes, noise, machinery guarding, mechanical plant and equipment, tools and equipment, cartridges, operated fixing tools, abrasive wheels, compressed air, use of gas and oxygen equipment, welding, hot work, general, fire protection, scaffolding, safety harnesses, men riding baskets, working at heights, pre-job discussion, method statements, risk assessments, permit to work, supervisors and HSE officers, language, safety organization, course and site access, HSE officer, personal protective equipment, and production terms used. This is another index on this, and I'm just going further. Now, glossary of terms we can say, which is generally I used before, again, just for this chapter is a masterpiece of so safe work. We just talk of this one here. Safety means safety, health, and environment discipline support project activities. Just fast because I was given earlier. Company means organization carrying out or prosecuting project, and contractor means organization that has one project from client, and subcontractor means organization as one part of project from contracting organization. The client means organization and title company, and contractual term that has interested project organization contracted, and personal means all personal involvement project site activities, and responsibility means job and contract responsibility, and